Coming to the first tool in this list, which is activity network diagrams. What are these? Activity network diagrams are used to manage number of tasks in a sequence. So you have number of tasks here. So if you look at this slide, let's say I have 5 things to do, activity A, B, C, D and E to complete a project. So the first thing which we need here is the list of tasks which we have, and then the time for each of these tasks. So task number 1 or the activity number A takes 2 days to complete. Activity number B takes 4 days to complete. Activity C takes 1 day to complete. And the next thing which we need here is the predecessor and the successor tasks. So predecessor is something which needs to be done prior to doing this particular task. Let's look at activity number B. Activity B has 4 days of duration. So to do that activity, you need 4 days. But then that depends on A. What does that mean is, to start the activity B, you need to finish activity number A. For example, to start making building, you need to finish the foundation. And once you have made the building, then you can go for roof. So all these activities are linked to each other. So the predecessor activity is on which this particular activity depends, and the successor activity is the next activity. And then this particular tool is used to identify the bottlenecks. When we say bottleneck, that basically means that this particular diagram will help us in identifying the critical path. Critical path is one which we need to follow strictly when it comes to time. Those are the activities which you really cannot delay. We will not be going into details of finding out the critical path, but here I am just giving you the overview of what activity network diagram looks like. So here we have a number of activities to be done, the time duration and what it depends on, the predecessor activity. And based on that, we can quickly draw a network diagram. Let's do that on the next slide. So now what I want to do in this slide is, based on this list of activities, duration and the predecessor, I just want to draw a simple network diagram to show how these activities are related to each other. So just like any project, you have a starting point and the ending point. So let's make a starting point here. So this is my starting point, and then what I do is, the first thing I do is I do activity number A. So this is my activity number A. And let me put 2 days here, that this activity takes 2 days to complete. And then after that, I need to do activity number B, and activity B depends on activity A and takes 4 days. So how do I show that on this diagram? So for that, I draw an arrow here, and this is my activity number B. Activity number B takes 4 days and depends on completion of activity number A. So we have covered this. We have covered this. Now coming to activity number C, which is of 1 day duration and depends on A. So let's draw that. So here I have activity number C. So this is my activity number C, and this is of 1 day duration, depends on activity number A. So once my activity A is complete, I can start activity B and activity C. Those two activities could be started. So with this, I have covered this line as well. Now coming to activity number D, which is depending on B. So depending on B means this is how my activity number D will be. So this is my activity number D of 2 days duration depending on activity number B. The last line is activity number E, which takes 7 days and depends on the completion of activity number B and C. So here I have complete B, complete C, and then you can start your activity number E. And your activity number E will take 7 days to complete, and that's all. So with this, now I can put 2 arrows here and take this project to end. So this is my end point. So based on this information, based on this list, this is how you draw the activity network diagram. And later on, once we go a little bit more details in the green belt and yellow belt, you can understand that how you can find out the critical path. Critical path is the one on which there is no scope of delay. So if you delay any activity on that path, you will delay the project. But we are not talking about that critical path here. We just need to introduce activity network diagrams, and that's what we have done here.